The Tooth Fairy Trap by Rachel Burke. Illustrations by Amy Cummings Moreno. The illustrator, I bet you know this, is the person that draws the pictures in the book. The author, Rachel Burke, is the person who wrote the words. Here we go with Chapter 1. I'm so excited to read this book with you. I hope you're excited too. When I look at this first page, the thing that sticks out to me most is the picture. Let's take a look at this picture with this little fairy under this mushroom. I'm looking at the details in the picture. I'm seeing some bags. I'm wondering what's inside of those. I see she's got a list in her hand too. Wondering what those names are. Oh, I bet those are the kids she's going to visit today. I wonder if that's going to come true. When you read a story, you should use the pictures to help you make predictions or even figure out words that you might be struggling with. Let's read the first chapter and see if some of my predictions came true. If you want to at any time, you can pause my reading to make some of your own predictions or stop to think or wonder on your own. Here we go. The list. Bluma knelt under the toadstool and laid out her supplies. A sack of fairy dust, her silk tooth bag, and a few coins. Faline, an elder fairy, flew down from a hollow in the willow tree. Do you have everything you need? She asked. All ready, said Bluma. Well then, here's your list for tonight. Bluma took the scroll from the wise old fairy. Her face brightened as she read some of the names. Suddenly, she let out a gasp. Bradley again! What are you thinking? Why do you think the fairy is so excited to have Bradley again? Pause it to think or talk with your partners if you'd like. The last visit could have been a disaster, Faline said. Don't let your guard down this time. I'll be careful, promised Bluma. Use plenty of fairy dust, Faline warned. But for goodness sake, hold your breath when you sprinkle it. She shook her head and sighed. A tooth fairy allergic to fairy dust? Who's ever heard such a thing? She smoothed Bluma's wings. And remember, my dear, tooth collecting is not a time for play. Make your rounds quickly and stay out of trouble. You know what could happen. Bluma blushed. She did not want to go back to polishing teeth with the younger fairies. Yes, Faline, she curtsied low. Her daisy petal dress fanned out against the myrtle vines that covered the garden bed. One more time now, my dear. Let's hear the safety pledge. Bluma cleared her throat and recited, When I prance upon a bed, I'll use my dust, my wings, my head. The worried look disappeared from Faline's eyes. Off you go, then. Be back before the last blink of the firefly. Bluma gathered her things and fluttered from the garden. That was the end of Chapter 1, the list. I still have some thoughts in my mind, though. Some things I'm wondering about, and some predictions. I bet you do too. Why don't you pause me for a second and talk, maybe with your class, or maybe even just out loud to yourself, about some of the things you're wondering about. I'll give you a moment, then come back. Welcome back. What were you wondering about? I'm wondering why Faline seems to be so hard on Bluma. I don't know. She seems to be almost a little mean, but Bluma seems ready. I'm wondering what will happen next.